What's going on? Welcome to the sandbox matrix. Guys, sorry, I had to put in. Welcome, everyone, first of all, to the matrix. Welcome to the matrix, guys. This is sandbox reseller matrix. Dave, welcome. Everyone who will be watching tonight, maybe tomorrow, upcoming weeks, upcoming months, upcoming years, upcoming centuries will remember me as a sandbox reseller matrix. The screen that you saw before I went live shows my love for matrix. You know, the world will live in currently with reselling world being divided divided into real humans who work very hard inside the sandbox and will probably will never get unplugged. And of course, the army of Pegasus or agents that are not human, they're AI. Well, welcome guys to real human life, not AI generated. How you been, Dave? What's going on, brother? How you been? How's everyone doing? You know, guys, it's been kind of a while for me to go live. I didn't want to go live. Didn't have how do you call it? Energy. Didn't have. Um, See, with my forgetting words for lives and videos, it makes it very difficult for people to understand me being human, like in the movie Matrix, guys. You know, I feel like like I'm a Neo, kind of Neo type of human that is stuck inside this Matrix and happy about it, right? Happy. It brings me so much happiness to be inside this sandbox reselling that I cannot express my gratitude and feelings towards like people, population of everyone. So I have to, you know, invent new ways. I knew nobody most likely gonna show up, but that's good. You know how I am, guys, for years that I can explain my feelings, express my feelings about things going on in this tough, very difficult. Guys, if I'm gonna cough, I apologize because I've had really bad flu that's been dragging for almost a month and messed me up really bad. I'm already messed up, but see, I'm drinking tea. I cannot drink anything, guys. It's only tea and water. That's it. That's how messed up I am. In the sandbox, I don't have enough money. Being poor, sandbox damn reseller over here, fighting for the right of sandbox resellers. Because, you know, without sandbox resellers, the world will come to an end. The interest in any type of treasure hunting, like some people out there, the agents who are trying to catch all of those sandbox resellers and convert them, unplug them from their world. How do you guys feel about that? How you feel about being kind of stuck stuck in this world of sandbox? Hey, what's going on? Anyone who is gonna come in, guys, I appreciate. I know, guys. I haven't been around community in a freaking century, but guys, there is always reasons behind this stuff. The reselling, as we know it, has changed. There is a voice out there. The voice out there, which is we're gonna discuss a little bit. The voice has spoken The voice is very important. You know, guys, how I am. I'm usually very emotional person. I watch some, stuff that has been happening, even though for some people out there, it seems to be like nothing, right? We don't care. You know what people need to care about? There are people with feelings still left in this world. Fortunately enough, maybe I am one of them that has feelings still kind of inside of me, inside my body, have some kind of soul, some kind of mind, some kind of feelings, heart, real soul, not AI, not ChatGPT, even though I use ChatGPT. So that's kind of not fair, don't you think? But like I said, guys, it's been tough. It's tough right now, and something has been happening in the last couple of years. Reselling has changed. You see people trying to explain to everyone what's best for them in their reselling, even though each individual person out there knows exactly what's good for them. They know they're gonna do so much stuff, so much work, source so much, do so much that it's gonna be enough, enough for them, guys, to survive in this cruel world of bad people. Guys, some people will say like, uh, don't pay attention to anything anymore, right? We have to be shut down and don't express your feelings. Just read all the stuff, listen to all the gurus out there, and be kind of mindful about this kind of stuff. Let them talk about things. Let them be gurus. Let them be smart people. Let them explain to everyone how each person needs to live, how each person, what each person needs to do in reselling, what each person needs to do with their content, which what each person needs to do better to accomplish something that may completely destroy them in the future. That's one of the most important parts of life. So as I'm talking, guys, if everyone comes in eventually, see, guys, my title here on the bottom. Welcome to Sandbox Reseller Matrix. So today, guys, we're gonna discuss different things. It's been kind of boiling to the point where I decided not to do a video, full length video about this kind of stuff. I decided you saw my some of you who still follow me or subscribe still, I appreciate. I'm not an easy person to deal with myself, right? It's not. We're all different. We're humans. We're not clones. We weren't created equally, which makes it very interesting for everyone to see what as each person thinks by being unique in their mind, unique in their speech, unique with everything they say, unique about their hustle, about their business, about other people's content, about their own content. Is it important to accomplish things the easier way, or is it important for someone to always be a grinder or be a hustler? Will they be remembered differently when they die? That they have accomplished something in the easy way of some doing something like a business or a hustle? Or will they be remembered to be grinders, people who are going places, sweating, grabbing everything, going through different, say, sourcing methods? Doesn't matter what type of sourcing in the reselling world, in the matrix of reselling. The title of the thumbnail, by the way, that you saw before I went live. What is Pegasus? Right? What the hell is Pegasus? We'll discuss it a little bit. And also, without, trying to be really uh, bad or really angry, like you guys, most of you saw my video where I was angry. Yes, I have feelings. I'm a human being. Human beings tend to have feelings. Unfortunately, there are people that don't understand it. There are people that do understand it. There are people that will call you, he is unhinged. He is unhinged. He is throwing things around. Very unhinged person. They don't know the person, but yeah, we saw him in a video. We saw this person. It's not. It's a real person. It's not AI. It's not robot. It's a person with feelings. What we're gonna become in the future, guys? What is it coming to? Can you imagine in so many years there'll be robots sitting behind this camera doing YouTube videos, and they're already doing that. There's like AI created videos. So who knows? If it's gonna be me in the future or something AI. Nowadays, it's a scary proposition, as you guys see from different platforms, what some scammers can accomplish nowadays. Scary world. Not my world, because I was born in the 70s. My world, I think, has been changing. My world kind of going away. My world and people who are older, unfortunately to say it, it's going away a little bit out and out, pushed out by this new technology, by this new stuff coming out. And unfortunately, guys, that's how it's gonna be. As you guys can see, I have no co-hosts. I did not uh, invite any co-hosts. I didn't. I decided, this battle, this live has to be done by me only, guys, because I kind of decided that throughout certain amount of months where I haven't done lives because I didn't have much of like interest in doing them, even though I enjoyed it before. I really enjoyed it. I think the reselling world has changed. Of course, it's changing all the time, as anything, as any business, as any type of stuff that's been happening. It's changing. The world is changing. People get angry nowadays. People are very angry. Sometimes people talk out of their depths. The depths, guys, is very important word that we have to learn. The depths is very important. But I can tell you guys that watching videos lately and the appearance, of course, of Professor Pegasus in this world, I have a feeling. Remember, guys, in the movie Matrix, the creator, if you guys remember the first part, the creator, that I think he was probably in the second part, but he may have an appearance in the first. When Neo met him, the real human, like me, met the creator. And what did creator told him? You have two doors. You go through one door, you're gonna be you're gonna stay sandbox reseller. You go to the second door, you're gonna become you're gonna start creating products. You're gonna become developer. And he would ask Neo, what's better? In 1999, Neo did not know what was better yet. So he chose different door, guys. He chose human door. He decided, I'll stay human. I'll be sandbox reseller with my friends on my spaceship or whatever the ship was called. I forgot, guys. You can read up. As some people say out there in the world, on this planet, you have to read books. You have to get a degree. Otherwise, it's all lost. It's a lost cause, guys. Now we've all been, through different phrases or phases of our lives. So, and of course, there is like who graduated. There are so many resellers that don't have specific business degrees, but they've been doing their stuff fluently. They've been doing their stuff properly, running their things properly. Sometimes one person, sometimes with co-workers, sometimes with their families, sometimes by themselves. So I think I think the problem is that content creation on YouTube, social media is a world where nowadays, of course, since everyone is so brave, can express their opinion, right? What was happening before YouTube and social media? Do you guys remember? I'm from the era of that. I was growing up in the 80s. So what was happening? There was no internet, there was no YouTube, there was no social media, right? So, people were doing things, right? They were still selling stuff. They were selling stuff for centuries. They didn't need any specific advice from anyone. They were just doing that for years and just learning stuff, what was happening around them, how everything was evolving without any social media or gurus or content creators, right? So it was different world. Now, of course, the main question comes to mind. Why people try to accomplish something, to create content, right? Like everyone can, right? Everyone can every day come out on YouTube, make a video, and create more content for the second channel, for the third channel, because this is easier, right? You don't spend specifically energy on going somewhere. You're trying to kind of make good content, correct? Which usually, guys, with me, it's very questionable at best, right? Everyone will agree that you can see the comments. People don't like me much. People don't like my opinions. They think that I do everything with, some kind of bad intention. Bad intentions, guys, in a sandbox world of reselling. Damn it. But I haven't done that, guys. I actually have feelings. I kind of think about people all the time. It's like hard for me to eliminate this feeling. When I see something that is done in a way of arrogance, in a way of self, if someone is self-centered, if someone is arrogant, if someone is narcissistic, I can tell those people right away. I can look at how they talk, how they view things, and someone will come out in my comments and say, "What are you? Are you a doctor to say that? Like you say it about your people in the comments, in your comments, or someone else's comments? We know you. We know all about you. You are unhinged." But overall, guys, I can tell you that today we're gonna talk a little bit about what's been happening, of course, which is not really important, right? It's like, who cares about it, right? Nobody does. As you guys saw videos from Professor Pegasus, I know Professor Pegasus' name is Mason, right? I cannot. Mason will say like, I'm not a professor. I'm not. I can argue that. I can argue that I'm not a professor. I was not teaching at different universities to be a professor. So Roman is wrong. We're gonna critique that in my next. Previously on Professor Pegasus Lounge, we're gonna critique Roman for bringing that up, saying stuff like this, like, why am I a professor? We cannot do that. Roman, you cannot nitpick words. You have to make proper arguments. I'm not a professor. I'm Mason. Pegasus Lounge, not Professor Pegasus. I found two words that you mixed up. Now I'm gonna call up agents. They're gonna unplug you, send you to our world of replenishables. If you're not gonna stop with your ideas to pump your ideas out there in the world of reselling, we're gonna call up all the agents. You cannot get rid of them. They're strong. They have ability to put you down through the comments. But guys, in reality, anyone, anyone, in my opinion, can create different content. It's free country. They can create whatever content they want. Like a person can come down with the content of expressing his opinion about wearing underwear or not, wearing any type of socks of different colors or not. Is it wrong or is it not wrong? We can argue that. Why are you wearing different color socks? It's not right to wear different color socks. We're gonna criticize that. All people out there wearing same color socks, and you're wearing different color socks. That's not right. So we're gonna start criticizing that. But that's gonna be kind of in a humorous way. Now, of course, there comes discussion of being a business or being a hustler or a grinder like me. You know, guys, I am a grinder. We cannot, not. I'm not gonna lie. It's a reality. I grind every day. The people who go to comments and express their opinions through their comments of hate or just selectively point out things to make themselves feel better, which happens a lot. For some people, it's very important to put someone down that will make them feel like some kind of, it's like a fetish. Like they will feel so much good inside. They're like, oh, I feel so great. Oh, feel so great. I put that person down. I'm the happiest now. Ooh. And now I'm unhinged again. The commenters, the commenters will come out. Look at his behavior. He is doing some kind of weird noises. It's not right. It's not right. It's not human. We're gonna criticize that. We're gonna criticize everything about this person now. We're gonna criticize everything we know about this person. We're gonna go through all the videos and find one thing that we can talk about in the next previously and next videos. In the previous and next ones. So that person knows his place. We're gonna put that person in place. We're gonna make sure he stays in that place. We care less about what he feels or what his feelings are hurt or butt hurt. His feelings are butt hurt. Oh, now he's butt hurt. That's the best phrase of keyboard warriors. What's butt hurt now? Let's bring our keyboard that is of different colors that was given to us by our agents and type. We're gonna start typing. Guys, do you know why you don't see a lot of people in the comments that comment on your videos making their own videos? Think about it. Think about it for a moment. Can you imagine if all those, because as you guys know me, I never go into comment sections to create some kind of um, war, piece on someone's video to create the war inside their content. I don't like it. It's not me. I don't like to do that. I don't like to go into someone's comment section and start, creating some kind of world of hate, trying to create comments. I talk about things. I make my own videos. I express my own feelings in my short videos and long form videos. That's how I am. I don't go, into someone's comments. You don't see me comment in a negative way on someone else's videos in their comment section. When it comes to my comment section, yes, I am the person like me with my own mindset, and I warn about it that if you come hostile, you're gonna get hostile treatment from me because for me, guys, YouTube is not source of income, and that's a big difference. Now we're gonna criticize that. We're gonna criticize. Why not? What the hell are you doing then on YouTube? Why is this guy on YouTube, this unhinged individual that what's the other word? Derailed or some kind of words, guys, all out there. I apologize, guys. As you know, English is my second language, so forgive me, guys. I don't come. You see, some viewers who came on the scene lately in the last year, they don't know me much because I haven't been doing lives. I do videos, as you guys know. Whoever watches my content, I appreciate it, and that you guys watch it a little bit and comment sometimes. There are people in the communities that have provided service for so many years, and there are many of them, right? There is people that have been doing content non-stop for at least 10 years or sometimes more. Not a lot of them left, right? Not a lot of them left. People get tired. People don't make money on YouTube. So what's the point, right? What's the point? And guys, I understand them. That's not an easy way of creating content that's really gonna be useful. I'm of that opinion. I'm very. It's very difficult for me to create videos that I'm not comfortable with unless there is a direct attack at me. If there is direct attack at me from somewhere and someone tells me or I see it, I will respond. I'm a person like that. I'm a fighter. You have to understand, guys. I'm a fighter. There are people that like, oh, whatever, we don't care. We are like, give two shits about someone commenting on our video saying bad stuff. We're not like that, but we're not, like I said earlier, we're not clones. We're not made equally. Everyone was born differently. Everyone has different mindset. That's why I said one of my short videos that I misunderstood. I have different mentality, and it's true, guys. It's a reality. That's how I am. That's how I always gonna be. It's not gonna change anything in me. I see every time I'm someone thinks he is not polite, he is saying bad stuff. It's true, guys. I say bad words. It's true. It's not good. It's not good because who knows? Kids may be watching, right? And I don't say like, oh, sorry. Like right now, I'm gonna say it. Please, if your kids are watching, do not watch, which I have not done before, and I apologize. And for my bad language, but I am sometimes my emotions get ahead of me. It was always like this, guys. I'm a human being like that. So is it good to be that kind of a human being or easy? No, it's not easy. It doesn't happen in all situations, but when I see something that's done in specific ways, doesn't matter if it's in real life or I see it in reality, or if I see it on YouTube from someone. You know, in the reselling community, guys, everyone is trying to be friendly with each other. People come out from different types of years of content creation. Like I said earlier, there are people that have been doing content for 10 or more years, and some of them don't even make so much money at all. They're just doing it to help people to have like friends online, to express their opinions about things like reselling. And most of the time, you know how I am, I'm humorous. I like to joke around, but I felt that I think my joking sometimes takes away from seriousness of lives, of people trying their best to do their lives every day. Even though they also joke around in their lives, but I felt like, man, I feel kind of bad because I go into lives and it's not good to joke around because reselling, we do it all the time. We're always in reselling. Like I am in truth, I would say in truth, about I would say right now 85% reseller. So like if we're gonna divide everyone by percentages of how they do their reselling, how much time they spend on reselling, how much time they do everything in their business or hustle or grind. That's you can from my own knowledge of right now how it is for me, it's 85%. And it was more a little bit more before. It was almost around 90, maybe a little bit more percent. I was very, very full. Very full. Now it's also 85% is also, it's full. It's not like I'm, not doing things and like talking about reselling that not doesn't interest me. It's been my life for the last over almost also 20 years. If you don't believe it, I've been talking about it in my previous lives. Welcome to Keys, my good friend Keys from Pennsylvania. Jack's Treasures, Brian and Tracy. Um, Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for stopping by. I met Keys in person, met Brian and Tracy in person. Very good people, down to earth, work very hard. You know, it always comes down to how much people, what they love to do. It's not like you guys see sometimes in the content of Professor Pegasus that I can under, you know, I'm not here today to bash him or like say he is a bad guy, or I said it in my video. He is seems to be, to my view, he is self-centered. I see people like that. I worked with a person similar to his views, not views about business, but how he comes off. Like, you know, maybe if we were friends with him for like 20 years, I would have known he is like that most likely. Maybe he does it specifically for the videos, but with his friends, he's different. I don't know. It's like what usually happens in this case when the person on YouTube, guess what's important on YouTube? It's reputation. So if the person like him that kind of says and kind of talks about business all the time, or does his thing about his own with his own followers with his own videos that he does specifically for that, for his product development, that he always says, guys, don't forget, he's not a reseller, he's an importer, a product developer. God damn it, memorize it. Because next time, if he gonna catch you saying he's a reseller, that one word will be criticized. So say, I'm not a reseller. I'm a product developer and importer. Importer. But sorry again for my mispronunciation. See, Professor, that's coming from another country, man. That's We're not gonna criticize that, don't we? We're not gonna digest, because it's not business. It's different topic. We're not gonna digest. We're not gonna involve ourselves in wasting our time discussing this situation. But in reality, guys, I've worked with a person similar to him that I can tell from, because I watched enough of his videos, seeing what he's trying to do. Of course, Trash to Cash podcast, Dave and Kerry said, we agree, kind of. We're gonna agree with Professor and his ideas. It's not bad. He's trying to help people to make their life easier. He's trying to help people not to, you know, die, not to die grinding. That's, I think, previously on Professor Pegasus Lounge. The next video should be, do not grind so much because you're gonna die. I know, guys, it sounds very awful. It's awful. But, speaking of that, for example, as you guys know, there are a lot of content creators that have been doing content for years. Uh, Different business models. Look at all the business models that people are doing. And in reality, in the real world, how many companies are doing their business? It's not specific like stuff of replenishing or multi-quantity. Multi-quantity is another word that we want to talk about. Multi-quantity, guys, is not a good idea. You're gonna get stuck with the scrap until you die. That's what you need to do, Professor. To input your ideas, you have to tell people that are watching your videos. If you're gonna keep buying crap, or you're gonna buy multi-quantity that doesn't sell or has bad sales rate, that multi-quantity and that crap that you bought gonna stay. It's not gonna die, but you're gonna die. And that crap will be laying around on the shelves with mice and rats sniffing it. Maybe skunks. But guys, to be truthful, every content creator comes out and says something, right? There are people that criticize everything. And what's there to fight for, right? What's there to fight for? There is not, in reality, nothing to fight for. My idea of people, of how they express their stuff in terms of how they explain things is important, right? But that's for me. That's for me. That's my personal opinion on how people express themselves. But there are people. For example, I think Professor Pegasus most likely, if he would be like managing company, for example, say he would be a manager and you work for him. I think most likely, he's not gonna be, one of those people. If you're gonna make too many mistakes in with your job, I don't think professor will keep you. He will go to the ownership and will recommend termination. Say, no, this guy is not performing right. But then professor on his videos, on previously on Professor Pegasus Launch will say, no, Roman, you're wrong. Each manager will do that. If worker or employee underperforms, the company is losing money. The company can hire someone with better experience to replace you. And then what's gonna happen to you? Are you gonna find another job? And professor like, do I care? It's tough world out there, buddy. You're gonna have to go out and find yourself another job. Maybe at McDonald's. Maybe you can flip burgers or make fries. He will care less, but maybe he will not. He'll say, no, Roman, no, no, no. He's wrong again. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna rat out my employees under me. I will try to, make sure they can stay because they got families to feed. Do you guys think that people think like that? Never. Very rare. Very rare. I worked in companies under corporate, and very rarely they think like that. Because what's important for the company? Performance. What's important for the business? It's important that employees perform their job properly, that they don't make too many mistakes, because that's how cruel it sounds. It's reality. That's why we think about it out of the box and think about why then so many people are trying to do reselling right now. Sandbox style, professor. Sandbox. Why are there so many people trying to do that? And professor will come and say, because it's easy. I can open up eBay account and do whatever those sandbox resellers like Roman does every day. I can open Mercari account. I can open Poshmark account. I can open Etsy, anything. Amazon. Even though it's much more complicated. Because, that's how the response may be. But professor will disagree with that. Because strawman. The strawman, guys, the strawman. Roman invents his own ideas and shows them off. That's gonna be headline in a Matrix reselling newspaper. The headline and whatnot, exactly. Brian and Tracy, whatnot, and other platforms. Dipdit, District. So my point is, guys, look at what's happening around. If you guys have been watching YouTube, and most of you who will be maybe if somebody will watch this live, I appreciate you. Like I said, if you're gonna rewatch it, that's fine. Guys, I'm a person. Whoever met me, I'm talking from my heart. I don't want to create problems, right? I don't want to really. I have a good heart. I don't want to create issues. Some people, of course, they don't look at it this way. Like I said, different people have different mindsets. They have different desires, different opinions, and view things differently all the way together. They don't care about certain things. Content creation, because of that, is very complicated for a lot of people to go into. That's why I asked the question earlier. Why do you think a lot of those people, those keyboard warriors, do not create their own YouTube accounts, YouTube channels, and start talking trash, right, to everyone else? Can you imagine if that can happen? If that would have happened, can you imagine what would have been happening in the reselling community if those followers will create their own videos and trash talk everyone? That's why they don't they need to, guys, because see, people find it that it's not important to create a YouTube channel just to do that, right? We can do it just in the comments. It's much more easier. Why do we need to show ourselves, right? It's a mindset of what do you call it? Reputation, right? It's like they don't want to be viewed as like bad people. Like they don't want to be viewed as someone that will recognize them somewhere along there wherever they are and say, "Hey, buddy, we saw your video. You're bad person. You're evil. We're not gonna talk to you anymore. We'll tell everyone not to talk to you." Do you think people will remember that? People have other things to think about. People think about how to pay their bills without making too much money. People think about their health. Health, professor. Professor has to actually make a video talking about it. Even though on a trash to cash, Dave mentioned what will happen if someone breaks their leg. Isn't it a great type of idea to critique or talk about? Not critique, but talk about. In reality, it's true. It's true. Unless there are certain things in place, right? Um, and it can happen to any type of hustler. Hustler. Don't forget the word, guys. Don't mix up business person with a hustler. Hustler, as Professor mentioned in his videos, receipts are out there. I'm not gonna be like him showing videos, guys. I apologize. I don't do that. It's kind of it's been a for me. I'm tired, guys. I work so hard. See, that's the thing about it. Like today, I was at the beans almost 9 hours. For Professor, that's gonna be a topic. He will say, "You see, Roman, why the hell are you sourcing for 9 hours? Instead, you can be editing your video, putting those video edits in. You're gonna save yourself some time, make some money on YouTube. Why are you out there grinding, looking for your inventory like the other sandbox resellers in that matrix who are still plugged or unplugged? No, plugged. No, unplugged. Sorry, unplugged. Sorry about it. They're not plugged in yet. We didn't get them yet. They're not doing proper things. But in reality, guys, health is very important. As we all get older, it becomes more tougher, the energy wise, of course, to do so many things by yourself. In my case, guys, I've been doing reselling on my own in this format that I'm doing it for over 10 years. Can you imagine, guys? For over 10 years, I've been sourcing that way, listing, shipping, doing all the reselling work pretty much by myself. Can you imagine people who are older and God bless them, God bless them, that do this all the time. And I see those people, guys. I see those people as the beans all the time. People who are in like around 70 years old, coming there with sometimes their wives to help them because they try to make extra income, right? They already are on their pension. So they're trying to make extra money. I understand that, yes, it's not enough. Their damn pension doesn't cover anything nowadays because everything is freaking expensive. Because of what happened? Because that's how everything is. Being from originally from, as you guys know, from Uzbekistan, or a lot of people don't recognize it and still saying I'm from Russia, but I think it's never, people will never learn it because it's going to be mindset. And I mentioned it before. People in this country, unfortunately, don't know. Not everyone. See, critique again, Roman. Don't be biased. We're gonna critique you on that. Not all the people. There are some people that actually know parts of the world that have studied, that have different brain, that have known those types of things differently, that cared maybe about it. But it was happening, guys, during Soviet Union era, as the prices were skyrocketing. People didn't have money. People couldn't afford anything. It was the late 80s, early 90s. People couldn't afford freaking food. And you know what was happening? Gang wars started to happen. The gangs, the people who recognize that we can help those people who are poor, we're gonna hire them. They're gonna do some bad stuff for us. We're gonna turn them into some sort of, you would not call it a mafia, right? But you will call it different types of gangs, criminal gangs that had their own boss in there, the person who overlooked their activities. So, and because of that, they were kind of trying to grab money from people who didn't have any protection. They tried to rob people. Did you guys think that police or anyone who tried to protect people cared much about people? Of course not at the time. It was different. People became savages. You know why people become savages? Because there was no means to make money. Everything was expensive, couldn't buy anything. So they had to go through very difficult times. And that's what's currently happening here right now. People are going through tough times. Of course, there are millionaires, billionaires who care less about you being poor. Do you think they give you some money? Some maybe. There are people that are rich that actually donate, and they do all types of things to help in different ways, to some people who don't have money. But in reality, do they have to know? Nobody does. Nobody cares. Tomorrow you're gonna lose all the money and you cannot source or you cannot do anything with your recent business. I mean, tough luck, guys. Think about something else. Try to develop a product. Try to, you know, invent something. Guys, it on the paper, on like in the view of certain people, it seems to be that it's easy. Like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. We can create something, and of course, people create things. That's You have to have creative mindset too. It's a different ability. Not a lot of people have this ability. They can try, but that professor points out to, yes, this is the easier way, of course, but you have to be kind of creative about it. So professor will teach you guys how to accomplish it without trying to be one of those content creators in reselling space, right? And say, you know we're different. We're not gonna care about people so much about how tough it is for them to grind every day, like Roman over there. That idiot that grinds. He goes every morning, wakes up at 6 in the morning to go to the bins, to grind, walk around for freaking 8 hours, trying to find inventory that is at least has some sort of decent sales through rate. You saying, guys, I'm going there like grabbing all the crap that they bring out? Of course not. None of the resellers at the bins do that. None. Everyone who comes. See, that's another thing, that a lot of those people that try to convert themselves and try to say this is very difficult, which is true. It's difficult sourcing. It's not an easy. Same thing can be said about estate sales, flea markets, garage sales. Competition is out there. It's not friendly. Not friendly at the bins, guys. Not friendly. It's a direct competition. It's like me coming here saying, like finding, say, where is this camera? This camera right here. Which is a good camera, guys. It's not bad. I found it at the bins. It's a Canon Rebel TI T1i. So do you know how, like, I got there like maybe 2-3 seconds faster than my direct competition? Maybe 2-3 seconds. And I saw it and I grabbed it instantly because my direct competition would have grabbed it first. Do you think he cares that I didn't grab it? Of course he won't care. Say, oh, I got a camera. Yes, yes, $100. Do you think he will care that I did not grab it? Do I express my feelings towards it? No. Say good find all the time, all the time. You have to have this mindset. Direct competition. The people want to make money. Resellers out there grinding, which professor will say, that's why it's a problem. Not supposed to be that way. You have to try to develop a product and then make it somewhere overseas to do quality control, try it, order a small batch to see if it's gonna sell. If this all works out, wow, you now you're classified to be unplugged. Now you graduated. But if you don't grab it, your direct competition will grab it. Do you think they're all friends? Of course not. They're friends when we talk. But when it comes down to business, as with any business out there, you're selling cars. And I've worked a little bit in a car dealership. You're selling cars. Very good. Sometimes, you learn how to pivot a little bit. But salespeople who work on commission, if they saw potential customer looking at the car, they're gonna run to that customer because they have their own family to feed. They have their own family to take care of. They think they care about Roman. Hey, Roman, I'm sorry, man. Listen, I'm gonna grab that customer and sell him a car. Well, I want. Listen, can you give me that? Of course, he will say. Well, we work together. Next time, next couple or person comes around to look at the car, you go sell this car to him, right? But sometimes managers choose it at some places. The manager will say, "Hey, buddy, he has to sell a car to see if you can sell it, to see that you can perform, that you can get someone to be interested and try to sell the car." It's not like, of course, selling on eBay. It's not like selling on any platform where you sit in your underwear or without underwear and try to sell something on eBay or any platform. Saying, oh, cha-ching, I got a sale. Or in reality, which I worked at that particular type of sphere before, selling computers back in the day, late mid 90s, where you have to sell to a person. When person comes out at the trade show and you have to go because manager, when person comes out, that was the thing. The companies that I worked for, computer companies, they would bring bunch of computers to the trade show, like the computers that were pre-built, custom computers that were pre-built, meaning that there was motherboard, processor, memory, but nothing else, like a bare bone. So your job was as a salesperson. The customers are looking at your display. They're looking at your banner, your prices that were like, you know, they were attached, different prices for different computer configurations. Was I successful? At some points, I was successful doing that. Was I great a salesperson to do that? No. There were guys who would come out and sell at the trade show for like 4 day show, for example, which we went to, 4 day trade show. They would sell probably around 40 computers. 40. And there was a technician, and later on I did it too, that were building those computers also at the trade show, according to the configuration that was chosen by the customer. And each salesperson's job was to try to make more money. So they would sell more things with a computer. Like you would sell keyboard, mouse separately. They were add up, separate prices. You had to know how to do that. Of course, on eBay it's easier or whatnot. It's a little bit different where you work directly watching, looking at the buyers looking at you. They are looking at you through a video camera and you sell your stuff, right? You show your stuff, which has become, of course, easier throughout time. But before, remember, which I started the life with, people were selling stuff this way. They didn't have freaking, internet back then. It was actually starting out, but it was not like that. I worked in a company doing sales on the phone where people would call using different magazines like Computer Shopper. They would, go through Computer Shopper. Oh, and the company had to advertise those magazines that had all those pictures of computers, all those advertisings. They charge the company for putting advertising in their magazine for their company. So as long like you had like one page will cost so much. So pretty much it was by page. So some companies would buy like 10 pages of advertising and spend a lot of money because they needed to advertise it this way. So people call them. People would call, like they would have 800 number, people would call. You had to pick up the phone. There was very, very managers of those companies were very strict. I remember also it was, companies that was opened by immigrants, by the way, and it was opened by people who lived in the former Soviet Union, from Ukraine, from Belarus, and the managers that were put in place, they had to make sure that every call that calls gets answered, and you have to make sure you try to sell. You think a lot of people succeeded with that? Not a lot. People didn't like that because of being pushed. Like you have to make sure you're gonna sell. You're making commission. People at the time paid very like not a lot of money to salespeople. They would sometimes pay them like say $10 an hour and plus commission. So all the commission would come from you selling something on the phone, right? So you had to pick up the phone every time phone called. Hello, can I help you? Company name. What can I do for you today? What are you interested in? And you have to know specifically what prices are. Prices changed. There was no like comps on eBay where you can compare the prices. And you can go, oh, this is selling for that much. This is selling for that much. It wasn't like that. It was strictly you have to remember. You have to look through magazine, see what the price are, make sure you print out price update for that day and answer the phone accordingly. If you're gonna make a mistake, guess what happened, guys? Would come out of your pay, come out of your paycheck, and they've done it, and people would just quit. Do they think they were kind and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, didn't work out. Go to another company." That's how life is. But I can tell you guys that like not speaking about this part, not touching up on that. If you watched my video, by the way, where I was throwing things, I wanted to apologize. Uh, most of some of you that are at least watching some of my content currently, maybe it was kind of, was it necessary? No, it was not necessary. My emotions got ahead of me again, guys. So if any of you out there think that I am unhinged, that I'm derailed, deranged, whatever words you can think of, it's not like that at all. It's my emotions. It's not my feelings that I get like out of it, but certain ways that I think was touched up a little bit yesterday when I watched um professor doing critique on trash to cash. Is that is there videos in reality that are necessary to make, right? Why? Uh, there is two reasons what professor claims. He's trying to critique content creators who talking out of their depths, the depths, multi-quantity replenishables, uh, importer product developer. There are keywords, guys. Make sure to write them all down to make sure you don't make a mistake again. If I hear someone call professor reseller again, but anyway, so he there was a talk about from Kevin Commonwealth, the two words that he kind of multi-quantity replenishables, whatever. It's like me, like say, oh, sorry guys, this is it's not the nasal mist. It's like the whatever. Like you put it in your other place, not the nose. Of course, it's gonna sound like bad, right? What the hell is he talking about? We're the people need to be clarified. People, you need to make sure to be clear. But why? In a way, right? You're gonna critique that. That's not right. He he doesn't know the difference, even though he does. But he doesn't. We're gonna start. Professor sitting there. Uh-oh. There we go. Roman just said this is gonna be anal medication, not nose mist. I caught him. I caught this guy. Let's create a video. Let me push the button and start creating. But is it necessary? For someone like Professor, it will be necessary because he's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's calling out people. He said it clearly, right? I'm gonna call out people, doesn't matter what their status is. It doesn't matter if they got million subscribers. It doesn't matter if they're respected in the reselling community. It doesn't matter for anything because it's not the right message. For some of you, it will be like, well, that's kind of truthful about it. Like, there are people in different types of content calling out each other constantly. But how has that happened in reselling community? What's happening here? People who stray, the difference, guys. People who try to stay away from drama, they just don't pay attention. They create their content. Like Cincinnati Picker John, for example. Look at this guy. He has been creating content for many years. So is he involved in any drama? No. John is a person. You can tell he's very like kind. He's happy with what he's been doing throughout the years. So he's trying to not even get involved in this kind of stuff. He's not trying to talk about anything like that. He's doing his things. Smart way. Smart way. Because why? Why to do that? Why? That reputation, right? Reputation is important. For me, since I don't make money on YouTube and I don't create much of a helpful content, I don't really care, right? Because I can be creating those types of videos because whatever. I don't really care about it that much, but I'm in a mindset like that because there is something done to other people, which I think is not right. Professor Pegasus thinks it is right. His followers also will think it's right. There is no specific war in between that. You are entitled as each individual to your own opinions. You're entitled to express your opinions about things in life, not just reselling. So, what's the point, right, of creating this aura of hate or drama, for example? But it does bring money. It brings money. Money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil. And then someone will say, well, you're not thinking right. What if you didn't have money? How are you going to pay for stuff? Why was money invented? Right? Who invented this root of all evil? But some people who are smart will say, no, it's not necessarily to create a drama content, right? People can just create content like John Cincinnati Picker, for example, or Pete Craigslist Hunter. Look for how many years Pete was creating this kind of content. Pete is a good businessman. He runs a business. It's not replenishable, but he runs his business. That's his way of running his business. That's his own business. Same can be said about car sales. Do you think selling cars at dealership, it's replenishable? No, it's not replenishable. It's not the same exact car. It can be, but it's not. It's different cars. It can be said about variety of businesses, guys. If I do data recovery. Data recovery is a business where if customer has a failed hard drive, there are not so many people that can try to recover data from it. Try to find out how many out there. To research how many companies are out there. Not that many. Why? Because not a lot of people can do that. So that becomes a skill. So you have specific skill set that can be implemented in doing that. It's a business. I've been running this business. Like one of the videos, someone said, well, he's not a businessman. He didn't have any. Actually, professor said it about me, I think, in one of the videos about ways that I've tried before or something. I don't remember. Like I said, I know the videos he was talking about. I'm not gonna show receipts. Receipts are very important, guys. Another word. We got importer, product developer, receipts, talking out of their depths. What else is memorable? This is like becoming like vocabulary of professor. But anyway, uh, I was running a business with partners before. Why? It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea sometimes. Professor with his business knowledge can tell you in one of his videos why having a partner in business is not a good idea depending on a situation with attorneys. How you can implement this properly in a legal form. And I will advise you guys, if you in the future will start a business with the partners, always make sure to have some kind of legal forms that were made, the documents with attorneys that are business attorneys. That if something happens, you're not gonna, say, oh, this guy, he stole the money from the business account. How do I know that? Well, we shake hands. Handshake is not proper form of having a partnership in business. Handshake is bullshit. It doesn't prove anything in court. So a lot of people don't do that. But there are companies that are friends. We're friends. We're gonna be friends forever. Doesn't matter what it is. They set up their businesses, and then one of the business partners says, "Oh, guys, I'm out. I want my share." Well, leave. There is no share. We didn't sign any freaking legal business documents with you. Go, start it with someone else. But if there are legal documents in place, that partner will hire an attorney, and guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna send you a summons. You see, that's the power of being an attorney, business attorney. Send you a summons and say, hey, buddies, remember we had this agreement in place? You're gonna have to pay up, or I'm gonna keep suing you. See, guys, that's how business in reality. And see, you can implement those types of forms. You see, the problem also is, of course, that I mentioned in one of my shorts, which is kind of, guys, I'm usually more humorous. I'm not a person that tries to create specific advice for anything. I'm always, in my humorous way, trying to express myself. And that's why I say I'm misunderstood, because people kind of think, oh, he is not nice. He is not nice. He is a bad guy. He's talking out of his depths again. He learned that word from professor. But that's not in reality, guys. I understand everything that professor is preaching. It's not like I'm an idiot and I don't go, oh, that's not a good way to run a business. That's stupid. You're going to create a product, Why? Why create a product? Why save so much time? Why not suffer in this grind? Why suffer in this grind that I'm doing? Why do that? You think I'm stupid not to understand that what he's preaching? For some people, guys, that can succeed, that can have success in doing what he's preaching, it's God bless you. If you want to do that, no problems, do that. If you're gonna accomplish that, it's possibly. I am not like one of those people that will say firmly it's a great success. Even though professor will disagree again, said Roman is talking out of his depths. I caught him again. It's a guaranteed most likely success. But maybe not. And professor will not agree with that because he is talking firmly on the subject. He doesn't disagree with himself. Like, I cannot disagree with myself because I know this. I opened the business book Where's my damn business book? Here it is. My business book. Chapter 1. How to be firm on your subject that you're talking about. But we, like I said, the thing that's if for professor, if you, if any of your followers is gonna watch this, which is most likely you will, maybe not. Once again, I disagree with myself, Professor. Once again, that's not good. I'm tired. I'm gonna start. Where are my chips? Chips. But I did run business numerous times with partners. It fell apart, unfortunately, Professor. It fell apart because I worked more in both situations than my partners. Are we still friends? No, we're not friends for specific reasons, and I'm not gonna talk about those reasons here on YouTube. But it happens. It happens, even though we were good friends, like some friends in reselling communities that you see. But are they all business partners? Some are. Some are business partners in certain businesses. I think I talked about it in my lives before. And I mean, if it works out for them throughout the years, it's great. God bless them. That's great if that works out. Not everyone's path to success has equal ending, or trying to get a path to success. It doesn't. Guys, everyone's destiny is like measured by specific things that you do, right? You want to be accomplished, you want to try to be successful, you want to do something to ease your, in this case, reselling hustle or business for some people. You know, it doesn't matter what words we're gonna use. Nobody cares about those words. It's a matter of trying to find what works specifically for specific individual. Now, regarding comments, for example, that people put out, not just on my video that I did and inside professors. See, professor is currently writing down right now. Roman called me professor 105 times. That's it. Let me find my business book. That's not the right way to call me. I'm not a professor. I'm Mason. Learn that word. Learn my name. Or Pegasus Lounge. Do not call me professor. I'm previously on Pegasus Lounge. I'll slam you. Just call me that. That's what I do. I don't care about your sissy feelings. You being butthurt. In reality, who cares, right, guys? We all can create this kind of content. It goes back and forth. It's like playing ping pong. So, like, I'll make a content about this particular content creator. But look at the situation, guys. Seriously, I've noticed something, right? And maybe we'll call him Mason. So that I think Mason. We'll call him Mason. He'll think like there were so many videos he made on different content creators, right? Tech and sports, carry it home, Joe Profit First Research, Josh Galt, um, Rockstar Flipper. So see, guys, with being as the beans today all day, I don't not just like I actually can speak because I took Advil. Guys, if I not take Advil before went live, forget it. I would not do a live. I had such a bad headache that I was about to pass out, literally, because see, once again, it's not an easy grind. So he made so many videos, right? Like who else is that recent one? Kaylee, what's her name? Kaylee Elaine, and of course Trash to Cash, Nashville Flippers, John flipping in easy was John and Jenna was flipping in easy. So as you get the idea. So as you guys know, of course, some responded, right? I know that John responded to his video. John flipping in easy responded, I think, once, maybe more. I don't remember. Receipts, Roman. Receipts. Where are your damn receipts? Then, of course, Carry at Home doesn't respond. I didn't see Carry at Home responding. But in reality, guys, Sorry, Kerry, from bottom of my heart, but we're not gonna discuss certain things. Of course, there are in my way of viewing certain things when you point out some kind of things on like a notebook. I don't know, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about it, guys, because like I said, Professor. Here's Roman calling the names out. Write it down for my next 100,000 episode on previous on Professor Pegasus Lounge or Mason. We're gonna call out Roman for calling out people now. He's wrong about it. We got one of them called out someone where on Trash to Cash there was no instance of someone saying that name. Pen. Guys, sorry, pen was just almost hit the table and flew away. By the way, calculator to the followers of Professor. Sorry, Mason, I'll have to call you Professor because in my eyes right now, since you know so much about business, it's kind of you're gonna be a professor for me, man. It's like say I'm in a university right now, and you're a professor of business, and we're learning. We're all our sandbox reselling community is all inside this big classroom, and professor is like, "All right, guys, let's learn some words." Like, what is an importer? Everyone is like, "Okay, let's chat GPT. Chat GPT. What is an importer?" Oh, it's easy. We can just ask ChatGPT. Let's write it down. Well, nobody's writing anymore. Let's type it. Or just do a screenshot. All right. What is product developer? So, see, that's the thing about it, guys. There were content creators. And, let me say something about certain content creators that I think, in my opinion, that have very good knowledge of business. And don't be biased, don't be angry at me about it. And there are content creators in our space that actually know certain ways of properly doing videos. Not necessarily that they all have graduated with business degrees, but for example, Justin Resells, by the way, I've always forget to praise and talk about Justin Resells in all of my videos that I've done on shorts. Justin Resells, actually, I think right now, like for me personally, watching his stuff, he has done a great job. Justin Resells, if you guys are not subscribed, subscribe, of course. He has done tremendous job on explaining what he's doing, what his program. Of course, he has his own software, right? That he's trying to sell. Same as Josh Galt. Let's not forget List Easier. Let's not forget the marketing. I don't have a head, guys. Sorry, no head. I was not given a head because I'm not a partner in business. List Easier will market that, right, Josh Galt? We're gonna do lives every day. We're gonna market that program. Everyone will sign up. We're gonna tell 100 trillion people by next year. But that's marketing on YouTube right now. What would Josh Galt do 20 years ago? Well, 20 years ago, there was no need for List Easier, right? Let's agree to that. Same thing with Justin Resell selling his software that he made with his partners, I guess, also. And same thing for Josh Galt, right? So everyone, in a way, markets something and sells something, which is replenishable. It's a replenishable program. It's true. Professor cannot argue that. Right, Professor? You cannot argue that List Easier is not replenishable. But Professor will say, well, it's not really a product. It's like a software program. Like in the Trash to Cash, he looked at Commonwealth Honey. If you guys remembered, I did a video about Commonwealth Honey. It was kind of fun for me to make those types of videos. I actually was planning to do one on List Easier recently because watching Josh Galt sometimes with his List Easier hat, which is fine. I mean, I don't know anything. Josh is good dude. good heart. I don't think Josh is arrogant. I don't think Josh is self-centered. I think if Josh would be running a company, for example, he would probably, be more thoughtful about certain things. Like if he had employees, for example, he would not just be like mad or like, who knows? Of course, Josh can become angry. It's like this damn employee is not using list teaser properly. I'll fire him. Like Donald Trump. You're fired. Go get yourself, go learn the Justin Resource program. But the reality with everyone markets something, right? Everyone is marketing things. And that's good. So why don't I market anything, right, guys? It's stupid that I grind every day. Don't freaking cannot invent anything, god damn it. Even though, professor, you see, I did run businesses. So that's, I mean, you didn't criticize me on that, so that's fine. We're not gonna put words in your mouth. We're not gonna do that. Otherwise, on a previously on Professor Pegasus lounge, we're not gonna go there. But in reality, that's what I was saying with Kevin, for example. Him making this wording. It's important, right, Professor, to just put out a video that just to make sure that next time Kevin will say it properly. So you're not gonna catch him like you said. I almost fell asleep watching it, and then I was almost snoring, and one of my ears heard he's talking about replenishables. What happened? Let me rewind that. Replenishables is not multi-quantity. You see, guys, for some content creator to come out like this, of course, there are going to be people in the quiet that quietly agree, right? Quietly agree with what he's preaching. There are many people who agree, I think, possibly that what he's preaching. Videos are something. In my case, I think when he made a video where I was, by the way, to his followers, I forgot, which I mentioned, calculator is here. Yes, look, it survived. Video, he's, as you guys know, professor is always talking about he doesn't attack anyone personally. I think he will disagree. He's currently writing everything down. I will disagree with that. Like, for example, in one of his videos, and I'm not gonna show receipts, professor. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm a grinder. I'm not like you sitting there for 6 hours where your everything is automated. Sourcing is automated. Listing is automated. Shipping is automated. I'm not like that. I apologize. I work very hard. I work so hard that I have chest pains. If you don't believe me, today at the beans I had chest pains. Had to take medication. Nothing is automated. I have to do everything from scratch. So he was talking about one of the episodes about James Helfestray. He found a comment from his wife. My opinion on that, and that's my opinion, right? We can, it's personal. It's personal opinion. Sorry, professor. You cannot argue personal stuff, even though you say you don't attack anyone personally. So keep to your lane. He talked about James Helfestray wife in one of the comments about with Josh Gall. There was exchange, and he showed it. So why to go there? It's personal stuff, man. Personal. Why are you reading his wife's comments? That's their personal life. I would not do that. But that's me. I would not touch that because it's kind of holy. Like for me, it's kind of holy stuff. I don't like to do that. And you professor say, well, too bad, Roman. I gotta make content. And that's why, Roman, you're not making any money on YouTube because you're like the too kind. Too kind. Have kind heart. You cannot have a kind heart if you want to succeed in any business. But same things can be said about the video when he did with me and James in it. Was it, in my opinion, business related specifically that he tried to show us in a way where he can argue business points or critique business points? No, in my opinion. If you watch that video, and this video, guys, I'll show you. If you haven't watched that video from me, from my own channel, this video was about him talking about my accent. Now, the thing is, in reality, right, why am I so angry? Well, right, like, why am I angry about it? So, this video right here, where one of his followers said that my haircut looks like some kind of nest, some kind of bird nest. So, let me share the screen. We're gonna show receipts this time. It's 9:32 p.m. So let's show the receipt to Professor. So here's the video that I've done about this disrespectful Pegasus launch cross the line. Now, of course, there are gonna be people and his followers in comments that will say he's butthurt about it, right? Let's kind of be understanding here a little bit, at least, even though once again maybe should I've done this video, and Professor will argue probably you should not have done this video. You know, it's not necessary. So as you guys can see, if you're looking at it, there are comments. As you guys, this video was about him talking about my accent in a way where it was brutal. It's one of his comments. It was brutal to sit through, to listen to me. Now, you be your own judge if you think it's business related or it's personal related. Maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know if it's right or wrong to do that. Maybe not a lot of people would do it, but his followers probably would. And it's not to put like Professor under, but that's how it is. I'll show you the comments from the video about me and which I've done a video about, and James Helfestray. See, we got people who came here. John Jones, actually, I appreciate it. Guys, John Jones, God bless the guy. He comes in, supports a lot. Silverhair Stacker Todd is a great guy. Very has kind heart, great humor. I saw today on Trash to Cash comments, someone actually replied to Todd's comment in a way where he doesn't know who Todd is, like because they don't give a shit who we are. They just put down comments. They get their where are our keyboards? Our golden keyboards. Let's start to be keyboard warriors. So as you guys can see, Todd in the comments for my video, he wrote, "The guy's a jerk. I will not be paying attention to him." That's a mindset of that's expression that Todd has exactly for that particular situation, which I explained. For Professor and his followers, they will always be saying he's butthurt. He's too like what do they say? What other words of wisdom they use? But I mean, that kind of stuff brings out this kind of behavior, dramatic stuff, guys, and it's not to blame. I think people, because people are all different, like I said already. It's not to, they react. Everyone reacts, right? Everyone reacts to a certain way. That's our reselling community is so kind enough for everyone, right? That people are very respectful to each other. Doesn't matter of your accent, doesn't matter of your race, doesn't matter of your specific business models. You know, guys, let me open a door for my cat. Hold on one second. I'll be back, guys, because my cat wants to get out. Давайте. So, guys, I apologize. My cat, my April wanted to get out because she was in the room with me here. So, as you guys can see, by the way, Brian and Tracy, thank you guys for also being following my channel and being so kind. I met Brian and Tracy. They're very good people, very kind, and work very hard. Like a lot of resources in our community, guys, work very hard. Look at so many channels every time. I always watch the videos, by the way. I don't comment, but I watch a lot of content. Um, Second chance speaker, by the way, who, by the way, I forgot about second chance speaker. That professor did video about numerous times, couple times. Um, Dean, I don't know, from Australia. John Rodriguez. See, John, John always comes out with it like in a humorous way. That's why when I try to explain to someone, like, how do you know? Professor will say, how do you know, Roman, that I didn't mean it in a humorous way? It's not right. In my mind, I was kind of humorous. Reselling with Woody. Woody, my friend. Actually, I invited Woody today to co-host with me, but he couldn't do it. See, he says what you can read. Screw Pegasus Lounge. Well, love you, brother. That's all that matters. Thank you, Woody. Well, always with Barbara and Woody are great people. And then, of course, we got this dude. This is one with a platinum keyboard. His avatar, I think, is that like a kangaroo or something? Griffin Contracting, guys. Remember that name? He was in my comments a couple times. See, he says you need to chill and quit trying to act like a badass. Pegasus is your father. I decided who is your father. Damn it. And Griffin Contracting. I got my platinum keyboard awarded to me by Professor. I will write bad comments. And then again, if you're butthurt, why you on YouTube? Turn your comment section off. That's gonna be a critique. Next, previously on Pegasus Lounge, Roman is butthurt about comments. I will mention there is an option, Roman, that you can turn off your comments if you don't like it, or delete them. Delete the comments. Delete, Roman. Don't be ashamed. Did I delete the Griffin Contracting? No, he's still here. What was my reply? My reply, see, was you need to chill. More videos are coming. I don't give crap about your opinions. That's what I say. I usually, like I said, if you're gonna be hostile, I'll come back hostile. And someone will say everywhere, say, Roman, you're wrong. You cannot, just delete the comment. Just delete the comment and keep your emotions to yourself, please. Please. We don't like this. But people came in and Jack's Treasures by the Branteries. No matter what people say about you, Roman, I will always love you and respect you for being you. It takes courage to leave your home country and go to another country. People should never judge someone because they don't know them. It's actually very smart comment, an opinion, and comment, or anything about them. I'm sorry that this has happened to you, my friend. So that's what I was saying in one of my videos recently, that people just judge you but they don't know your life. And that's how it is. There's my good friend Kevin Commonwealth, 41 minutes in, and you best point, my friend. See, Kevin came over, commented. I know, Professor, that yesterday when you released your video, about trash to cash. Go read some comments of your followers over there. Some of the insight, intelligence again. Intelligent comments, Professor. Well, let's stop the screen. And here's, by the way, and that's the thing with this video. We had to show receipts because see, that's or John Rodrelix put down. North Koreans are using Pegasus launch videos to torture their citizens who fail to fulfill their work quotas. In reality, guys, of course, nobody cares, right? Nobody realistically cares about it. Nobody wants to get entangled on their reputation beyond the video, right? That he may release or do a video. And I got, by the way, 247 views. Wild Bill, I think one of his comments. Let me stop sharing here. One of the comments from Wild Bill. Hold on, guys. I have to close the door because I cannot. TV is on. TV is on. It makes a lot of noise, guys, in the living room. So, where is that? There was comments today, guys. There were some comments in Trash to Cash episodes that Professor critiqued that are just crazy. People saying some crazy stuff, which has happened. It's not something new. It's not new that people are idiots, and it's just insane. Something that was said there, which is similar to comments about me and James, and that was the situation was that his followers came out. They support him. Of course, they support the proper way of doing reselling business. We're gonna create our products. We're gonna talk. We're gonna send someone overseas to do quality control. Make sure that product is developed. We're gonna, raise our toast to Professor Pegasus because he taught us of everything. But of course, in the reselling community, people who agree with him, that's fine. It's tough. It's tough, guys. It's a grind after grind after grind. Believe me. By the way, the good point for Professor would be, you see, the it's not you should make a video and ask yourself a question, right? That like you're always trying to bring a point, or there are so many resellers that try. Of course, Professor will say nobody knows my channel. There are a lot of resellers out there in a blue ocean, They're swimming around. They're trying help us. We're drowning. Help us, pull us out. Professor, we don't know you yet. We want to learn. Every day, just for professor knowledge. If you're gonna go check out different content creators, not just the ones that do videos about teaching someone. That's what he's mainly concentrating on. That people who try to teach something, try to sell courses. Try to watch some videos about resellers out there every day at the bins. There are content creators that do that. They try to watch someone that goes to estate sales and do that. Try to watch some other content that only does that without teaching stuff, and see how there are so many resellers doing sandbox model and are successful with it. Of course, Professor will say, well, good for them. If it works for them, good for them. I don't argue that. Another word from Professor vocabulary. I don't argue that. My argument is completely different. It's good for them. I don't have anything against them. Well, then, of course, his points would be, I am trying to reach wide audience of all those blue ocean, the blue ocean, the ones that are drowning out there, those resellers. I need to help them. I'm a I'm a business person that has ability to explain to each one of them, to drag them out of this mess and send them. Oh, Roman took it out of my mouth on my video. All right. Roman is using my analogy. I invented this. You cannot touch that. It's copyrighted. And brings them to the red ocean, right? But then you don't see how many of those resellers, your followers, who probably converted and started doing it that way, they're doing business that way, they come off like Miss Unites, one of his followers, or I don't know if she's actually, maybe not, but she's in a lot of his comments. She actually brings up large comments, of course, a lot of writing, which I like to do a lot, but in a humorous way. But has very good points about things, about certain criticism. Also, some other ones. Of course, without idiots, there'll be no arguments about anything. There will be like, those guys are idiots. Those guys on Trash to Cash are idiots. We don't gonna watch them anymore. We learned our lessons. This Roman is an idiot. We're not gonna watch him. This guy's an idiot too. We're not gonna watch him. We're not gonna watch anyone. I'll watch Professor. He is our Lord and Savior. We're gonna bow down to him. We're gonna say, Professor, thank you for saving our souls. God bless you. We're gonna praise you in the name of Son and whatever that. What is that form of saying? Father and Son and Holy Spirit. But anyway, in the name of Father and Son and Holy Spirit. But that's fine. I mean, like I said in the videos, it's not my biggest type of issue with the, like Professor will say, another word, the delivery. Gonna learn a lot of words today. Our business class has learned about product development, importing, depth. What else? Already forgetting the words. See, guys, I will fail Professor's course. I will not graduate from there, guys. It's lost cause, If I paid Professor to teach, to learn how to develop products. Well, Roman, I can show you and explain to you that if you're gonna pay attention. But you're gonna do it on your own, buddy. I'm not gonna make those products for you. Sorry, man. It's a top secret. Well, I will ask, why don't you show me your products? And Professor will say, well, let me tell you, it's top secret. And I'm doing it in a humorous way, guys. It's a top secret, Roman. I'm gonna go to my attorney. My business attorney will send you this non-compete agreement form. You're gonna have to sign it. Make sure it's your signature. Do not sign it to someone else's name. Maybe after that, after all the agreements that are gonna be like 100 pages, I'll show you how to make those products and what kind of products I have. Make sure not to copy anything, because I don't want to keep making videos. But the best way, of course, guys, replenishable content, right? Replenishable content will always work. If you create content and you can do this content constantly, I'm sometimes amazed like how many people out there can constantly make videos every day. But the point for them, guys, to make videos every day, because they're making money. Do you think it's point for me to make videos every day? What am I, a moron? I can make shorts every day because 3 minutes without any editing, just say stuff. You can say it everywhere on Facebook, on Instagram. Doesn't take you long. But to create content of going every day somewhere, your life, I discussed it before. Your life is on YouTube pretty much. Your family kind of together with you on that. My family is not. It's a different thinking. My family is not in agreement for me to be on YouTube. That's why I was imbalanced about it. Like, why? That's how it is. That's how life is. Everyone has different things going on. Grinding, everything. Believe me, guys, I worked in different companies. Yesterday on Trash to Cash, of course, I mentioned Trash to Cash because I just watched it. I have clear memory of what he was saying. Because other ones, I'm older now, 47, guys. I don't rest much. I don't sleep much. My memory is not that good right now. I keep forgetting things. Like today, I was leaving to the bins. I forgot my phone twice. It's just unbelievable. I was so angry already the second time because I went to grab something, have to make myself food at 6 in the morning so I can take it there. Then I have to hurry because I have to get there by the time they open the doors because what? Direct competition. We're gonna learn some words differently. Direct competition because everyone that comes to the bins, there is at least in the morning when the doors open. If you come on a weekday, it's all resellers. Weekday, there is 95% resellers. On a weekend, it fluctuates. It can be maybe 80% resellers, 20% just people just buying stuff for themselves because it's really realistically it's cheap, guys. You not It's like one of the videos I watched. Why Goodwill is raised prices so much, and people complain. Resellers, those resellers killed all the thrifting, killed garage sales, killed estate sales. Constantly, this argument comes up in the comments. Constantly, like think. Use your brain. Why? Why is it happening? There is technology out there right now. 10 years, 15 years ago, Goodwill would not use this device or their employees to check prices on eBay or use Google Lens. Use your brain. They couldn't. They couldn't do it because there wasn't such technology yet. Now, it's everyone has this technology. This is a computer, a smartphone. Hello? Do you hear me? Hello, I'm a smartphone. I know everything. People use this computer every day. The employees at Goodwill, everywhere, the state sales, garage sales, new generation. New generation right now, kids who are younger than me, who are in their 20s. Do you think they're not gonna look up how much this may be worth like this kid? They'll just use Google Lens. Oh, look, this cat is doesn't have a brand, it's unmarked, but it shows on Google Lens that it's worth $40. We're gonna put it up on garage sales for 50. New technology, everything. Goodwill knows all about resellers. They already know them up and down, inside out. Those resellers standing like me. Grinders. A lot of respect for grinders. It's so difficult, guys. You see, people don't understand how difficult it is to come every morning. Those resellers come with IKEA bags. Some come with those like bags on wheels with like 3 IKEA bags around there. Like I come with 2 to just get into the bins, run or walk fast. They don't allow you to run. They say don't no running. You have to walk fast. Last week I hurt my leg. You know how difficult it was fracking for me to go fast because everyone is there are kids who are younger. They're like in their early 20s. Everyone is walking very fast. And I'm like, help, walking. While I'm getting there, sorry, Roman, I got here first. You're not getting this. I will sell this. But what you can do, you can say, man, I'm gonna pay you. We'll look up the comps together. I'll pay you. So it sells for like say 100. I'll pay you 50. Sell it to me right now. So the reseller was saying, oh well, I need to test it. I need to clean it. I need to order maybe charger, battery. 50. We looked it up. It sells for 100. Well, 50 sounds good cash. Why not? You know? And he goes, all right, let's do this. Where's $50? Here's $50. All right, Roman. Here's your camera. Sell it for 100. We do that sometimes. And everyone is really nice. Really nice. Thank God, and our beings, our resellers, hardworking resellers, are very nice. Not gonna do that. Sometimes they'll give it to you. They'll give you stuff. They will just, say, I find this. It's a legendary band. It's called Insane Clown Posse. If you guys remember from the late '80s, that's a band from Michigan, Detroit. It's a horror rap. Very very famous stuff. They are rare. They have T-shirts, they have merch, they have vinyls. So, say for example, reseller digging at the bin finds this, and I dig in the bin, I find like a video game. He's like, all right, I am telling, let's do exchange. I'll give you this, and I mean, I'll give you video game, and you give me this. No issues. That's how resellers operate sometimes. They'll like, okay, unless it's very expensive. I understand from bottom of my heart, it's like he finds this camera and it's gonna be worth $500. What am I gonna offer? Cannot like say, all right, let me offer you $250 for it. He'll think about it and say, well, no, man, $500 is $500. Sorry, I'll sell it. I need money. I don't make money on other things. I don't have any other jobs. So it's understandable. Same shoes as me, right? So you operate on this. You kind of do that, and that's how this happens. Everyone's ability. Talking about, I think that you know people making certain comments, which I read about on Trash to Cash about Dave or Kerry going to like Disney World or whatever. So what? Why can't they go? It's kind of, I don't get it, guys. I'm lost in this world because I'm older. I realistically don't understand sometimes. So what? Are you jealous? And that person, how do you call me jealous? How are you jealous that you're not going? You want to go with them? And everything is picked like Professor picks out the words. Um, and of course, comments that are made about things, the delivery, in other words, delivery. He will always argue, people agree with me, but they don't like the delivery. They think I'm an asshole. Well, you come off as one, but to me, maybe the other ones will not agree from reselling community too. They'll say, Roman, you're just, too emotional. You're too sensitive, oversensitive. So what? If a person is oversensitive, it needs to be, it's some kind of sin, it's some kind of bad thing, it's some kind of that makes him bad. I don't get that kind of stuff. So what? Oversensitive, emotional. We're all human beings. We are. I said it before. We're not fucking robots. We cannot, not have emotions. We cannot be like those sex dolls or whatever, the robots that probably gonna replace humans at work or jobs soon. We're not gonna sit there like this. We don't have emotions. We don't have heart. We don't have feelings. We're not sensitive. That's always in humans. That was imprinted. That's why we're human beings. But there are people, of course, who don't have emotions. They don't have sensitivity. They are different. They like to argue. They like to put people down. And a professor in one of his videos, there is actually receipt of that. Receipt. Here, I'll show you guys another interesting video from professor's video that he did on me and James. Guys, whoever is lurking, I appreciate you being here. Sorry that I didn't mention before I leave today. I'll mention some stuff, guys, for upcoming reseller meetups. Um, Here, where is that video with me? Legendary video with me and James on it. Let me find it, guys. Here it is. It's called "Anything I Do Is Triggering Them." Hold on, let me, because I don't have this app to skip commercials. So let me share the screen, guys. Here's the screen. So as you can, here's Professor, guys. Very, very, like he's like, "What's up, bro? Bro, what's going on over here?" See, the guys, memorize that's Professor when he's teaching everyone how to run, how to create, develop products. So here's let's go to his comment section. And I did the video on this guy, so but actually there was a comment. Um, yeah, see right here, the book Lady of Oz. She is commented on this video saying, "So why keep talking about them if you know it triggers them? A bit like a schoolyard bully. There seems to be a few select you always keep coming back to. Can't you just roll on to someone else and leave them be? Have some really good content otherwise." She is praising your content, or she, but calling him a bully. So Professor here says, "You think I am the bully?" Referring to me that I'm the bully, right, Professor? I'm at fault here. Anyway, guys, I don't want to show anything else because we'll do it next time on previously on Professor Pegasus launch on his next video. Uh, in terms of agreeing or disagreeing, there are gonna be people, like I said, since I watched Trash to Cash episode and it has fresh in my memory. I think, Professor, if you're gonna watch, nothing against you, like specifically that you, of course, running the business model that you do, it's fine. If it simplifies people's lives, that's great. I'm not gonna try to argue those points, whatever. But what I will argue about is that you always say you don't attack anyone personally. In fact, that you do. Maybe you just don't notice it and you think it's not personal. Because, see, I think that it's kind of interesting to not critique, but argue with that or with you. Because you're saying in all of the videos that you're trying to critique someone and yesterday said embarrass someone because they give improper advice. They give improper advice. But in my opinion, that yesterday, I think there was some personal agenda too regarding Kevin. In my opinion, that's um, you were not coming off very nice about him at all. You were kind of, if you listen to yourself and how you spoke about Kerry, how you spoke about Dave, Is how you spoke about Kevin. It's kind of, in a way, you were saying stuff about him. To you, maybe it doesn't seem to be um, a personal attack. From my viewer point of view, it seems sounded to me more at certain points like a personal attack. And in reality, people, I said it in my videos, nobody gonna unsubscribe. You know, if it hadn't, that's why the smartest comment, in my opinion, that I've seen in one of his comment sections was nobody cares. I think, and Professor, of course, comes, well, Roman, you care, you make videos about me all the time, and lives and other things. But I'm talking about someone else, not me. So cannot argue that. That person said nobody cares. Why? It's a smart comment. It's a smart comment because in reality it's true. A lot of people don't. Out of the videos that Professor put out about me and James, there were so many that viewed it, but some only like let's see how many, 98 comments, and this video was watched by 1.7 thousand people. So that happens a lot. A lot of people who don't want to get entangled. That's why I was saying why people don't wanna address the stuff, because they don't care about it, right? They, whatever I threw calculator, or I was speaking with some kind of disgrace, too many emotions, they cared less about it, or many people cared less. In reality, that's an approach, right? And in reality, look at it like you've done videos, like I said earlier, playing ping pong. You've done a video. Now you've done a video on almost all the podcasts. Not all in the reselling community, but you did a video on Nashville Flippers podcast and Trash to Cash and Profit Playbook podcast, where you talked about everyone: Scott Bearded Picker, Primo Kimo, John, and Josh Galt. Sorry, guys. See, guys. The good thing, I also took a nap today when I got back from the beans. I would not be doing this live if I didn't take my medication, Advil, and didn't take a nap for an hour, because this grind is real. Grind is real. Hustle is real. I understand it's a risky business, a risky hustle. Makes me happy, right? That I'm doing it in the way I'm doing it. I know that there are, of course, much better ways of doing this. There are different ways. There is a way to quit and get some kind of job, right? How long it's gonna be to find another job? That's a question, right, Professor? You should ask yourself some questions sometimes, right? To simplify your life, how come you're not gonna start, trying to create or develop your own product, use your skills to invent something? How many people were successful doing that? That they're not just invented the product, they were able to market it properly and were able to sell it with a success. I don't know. Maybe in the next upcoming Professor videos, he may show the percentage on a whiteboard of the successful ones. How many successfuls are out there? For the new voice that he's talking about, different business approach, that is absolutely fine. People have different ideas. It's not a bad thing to have ideas, to implement those ideas, to talk about them, but in a way to put down in a way people, or critique those people because they mixed up two words, or just you know it's fine to do that to people who deliberately selling some kind of stuff that is absolutely worthless. And those creators, content creators know about it, that it's worthless. That is definitely, I will actually be also angry at that. And I said it in one of my videos that I will not buy anything. I don't buy any of the products whatsoever. It's not smart. I don't have money to do that. That's another thing that people don't understand. Sometimes, guys, it's easy to come off certain ways. Like, oh, we list like, 40, 50, 100 things. We use list easier. Well, good for you. I mean, you can afford to buy list easier and use it and pay monthly. I can't. Do I need to? Is it, is it gonna help me? Yes, most likely. They will argue saying, well, if you use that product, your listing's gonna increase because you're gonna list more. You're gonna sell more, most likely. Not guaranteed, depending on what you're selling. You're gonna make that money. You're gonna pay a monthly fee. That who can guarantee that it will sell? What kind of product? You know, nowadays people have no, like, not a lot of people have a lot of money, and people, there are groceries that cost a lot of money, mortgage, electricity, gas, any utilities, phones, cable, internet. People have lives, they have children, they have to pay for their school, pay for their cars, buy themselves a car. Maybe people need to move because their place is small for them. There are so many different variations of things that people need to spend money on. Do they think, yeah, that's improving our business gonna be to buy like the software to help us, right? When there, of course, even helps, something helps, right? To make your life easier, list easier. So you can make your life easier. You just need to use list easier. Josh Galt, I invented that, copyrighted. List easier so you can live easier. But yeah, in reality, true. That's gonna simplify everything. Like Professor argues, that particular business model will simplify your life. I'm trying to explain to people, and then there is this Roman guy. Damn it! Where the hell he come from? He argues it's not. I don't argue it's not. I'm saying there are ways to make this kind of money. Not necessarily you're gonna make millions of dollars, especially in my situation when I'm doing it alone. It's impossible. It's true. It's a God-given truth. God knows. He sees me every day working hard. He cannot help me. He sees how I work, how I sweat every day, how I'm stressed, how I grind, how I'm at the bins. Tomorrow I have to go to the bins again. I have to make myself dinner now because I didn't eat yet. And hopefully by 12 tomorrow I'll have to wake up at 6. I have to go again, unload the stuff that I bought today, make sure that I didn't list anything today because I am out of energy. I wanted to do this live. I'm not gonna be able to list at night. I'm too tired. I have already like exhausted. Walking for 9 hours around beans. Well, Roman, you're complaining now. Nobody asked you to do that. You're doing it on your own. You decided to grind. Exactly. That's how I like it. Does it make me feel good? Yeah, it does make me feel good. I bought some good stuff today. But Professor will argue again. Well, you bought this stuff, but you didn't list that stuff yet. So sometimes, you know how you say, like, someone says, you make your money on the buy. And Professor is, no, no, no. You make your money when you sell it. Right? Professor, another word from Professor. You don't make your money on the buy. You make your money when you sell it. Pen didn't fly away. It's like, Roman, stop throwing stuff. In reality, I think I agree with that. Um, Stuff that I bought today, if I didn't list it, if I not listed it yet, where's the money? Where's the money? Is God gonna give me my God? Please, for the love of you, please send me some money, please, so I can sleep better, so I can buy myself food, maybe something interesting. Maybe have money, enough money to buy myself a present on my birthday in June. It's kind of far away, 4 months. But now, what kind of stuff would I want on my birthday at 48? I'm not getting younger, guys. No, none of us getting younger. The older you get, the more complicated it gets. We're not getting use anymore. The use of our lives is living. So we only have so much time, right? So much time, guys, left because there is no, we don't have that energy. At least me don't have that energy anymore. But I do work hard. I do have kind heart. I worry about things. I worry. I watch something, and someone will say, people say, "Why do you watch this guy?" Even you get stressed from it. But since I'm in the reselling community, people, of course, discuss different things. We can all discuss things about different aspects of any type of subject or topic. But sometimes all of us have our own voice. We want to speak out and talk about things that we observe and that we have our own mindset and decisions about, like our own feelings. But that's the thing about it. Like, I think that any type of business is difficult. If you're business owner of specific business, you have to put a lot of effort still into it. Doesn't matter if you're gonna develop products, if you're gonna do some other things. Hustlers who do all types of stuff, people, hustlers, barbers, working at beauty salons, doing pedicures, manicures. Those are hustlers because they work on their own. They have their own clients. The ones that do, because you can divide it. Some work for the company, get paid. Some work on their own, have their own clients. So they're hustlers in a way. But someone will say it's business. Yeah, it's for them. If they classified it as a business during their tax returns, that's business. If they did a corporation, you as a sole proprietor, me as a sole proprietor, I have an LLC. So LLC is limited liability company. You automatically you're becoming you're not realistic. You're still self-employed, but you have a limited liability company. So it constitutes as you're being your own. It's a business, in my opinion. Once again, I can be proved wrong about it by gurus, but I think that's how reality works. But that's what I will leave you guys today with. Thank you for whoever was here once again. Thank you guys for being here. Um, had not a lot of people, but it's fine, guys. It's a normal occurrence, guys. That not a lot of people came in, which is fine. I mean, I don't get angry at that whatsoever. As you guys know, I can speak about things myself for hours, even with limited energy. So before I leave, guys, I would say that people who want to comment on any videos or any videos that Professor puts out that I've looked at, of course, there are going to be a lot of bad comments, which is already understandable. I've been on YouTube for a while, so I know. I don't think it's the right thing for someone. Um, I don't. I will say that Professor still. There are people in the reselling community who will disagree. He does use personal attacks in between certain critique, uh, because the video, in my opinion, the videos that he did with James and me, I think there was more of a retaliation from what I have done about him. But I did my retaliation was towards specific butt hurt argument, right, Professor? As one of your followers will say. Um, and he retaliated, maybe thinking, "Oh, well, just do that. That's fine." I don't think certain things about um, trash to cash yesterday, the video that you did about Kevin. I don't think it's was necessary to do to the guy who has been doing his content for so many years. In terms, he will say, "Well, it doesn't matter." He said that that's wrong. A lot of, I think, since he's creating this kind of content and he will do that, you have to be now. Whoever creates this kind of content, and that's going to be my final kind of discussion. Be careful of what you're saying. Be kind of the words that you use, the things that you say. Be careful with that because I think that he's not gonna stop. Of course, that he's making there a certain amount of views on his videos, even though the views come only like specifically on, of course, bigger content creators than channels that people don't even know about. So, but still, for him, it's good because he's still making replenishable content. Smart business. Replenishable content, guys, is actually smart business. That's why you see some channels make. There are channels that have four channels, as they constantly put out content over there. So they make, if they're monetized, it's actually helps them, to achieve to make money this way. Anyway, before I leave, guys, there's gonna be a meetup, ABC Met. Um, Let me see what the dates are. ABC Met meetup is coming up. Matt, my good friend Matt from Oregon. ABC Met meetup. Where is Mike Metko? Mike Metko meetups. Meetups. All right, so where is it at? Hold on one second, guys. I apologize. Here it is. So ABC Met will host Pacific Northwest reseller meetup in Portland, Oregon on May 8th and 9th. So if you can go support Matt, uh, I think you're gonna have a lot of good time. Gonna have good time over there at that event. A lot of reseller events, of course. Not a lot of people can go. It's understandable. Everything is expensive now, but pretty much, I think one of the events, if you can go, if some events are close to you, and you can drive there, you at least get cheaper hotel rate using your points. If you have points, it's good to attend. So ABC Met, Portland, Oregon meetup is on May 8th and 9th. Okay, so next uh, will be actually the first meetup of the year will be in Omaha, Nebraska. It's gonna be hosted by Corey and Teresa from Crimson Pops Vintage and Risa Rabbit John. That meetup is on March 27th. It starts on March 27th and runs through March 29th. So it's actually coming up in a couple of weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. So that meetup is in 2 weeks. So I don't know if any tickets are available, but you can go to their website, Planes to Profit. Planes2profit.com, guys. Planes to Profit meetup. Me share the link with you guys. So if there are tickets available, 12 days. So here is a meetup for Planes to Profit website. Mike Metko is another great guy. Mary McQueen. I always mention a lot of great people. ABC Met. gonna be eventbrite.com. So you can register. You have to register, guys. The event is free. The event that ABC Met is doing is free in Portland. So here's a website, Pacific Northwest Reseller Meetup at eventbrite.com. That's ABC Met. And of course, guys, Reseller Rally in Cincinnati, Ohio is going to be in September. Um, I'm sharing the link so you guys can visit those websites, and you can buy tickets to, if there are tickets available. I'm not sure. There's 2 weeks away for Planes to Profit. Maybe there are no tickets left. So here's Reseller Rally in Cincinnati, Ohio. Here's the website. And just go to that website. You can buy ticket to the boat plus the ticket to the what is that other one? I forget. Always forget the names of them, guys. I'm so tired already. I don't remember anything. So, networking. So pre-rally networking event. It's $35, and reseller rally ticket is $135. So hosted by John Cincinnati Picker. So go to those websites, and I'm not sure if any tickets are left for Planes to Profit, but you can check. Maybe there are some available. For Pacific Northwest Reseller Meetup that is hosted by ABC Med, you need to register, and I don't remember how many people Matt said that can attend, but you can read on Big Cartel. I mean on Eventbrite. In Cincinnati, you also can read up. There are frequently asked questions. All right, guys. Once again, thank you everyone for stopping by today. It was something for me to discuss with all the stuff that's been going on. I'll do some lives possibly in upcoming weeks also. Do I need to? Probably not, right? Because not, kind of a business person. No, I'm kidding. No, I'll do some lives if I have enough energy, like if I will sleep after the beans for like at least an hour or more, and not gonna have a pain or headache. We are tiresome, guys. It is tiresome, and a grind. It's this. I respect a lot of resellers who sell the way I do it, with one-off style. It's a grind. Realistically, it's not an easy way. You're not gonna become rich with it. You're gonna, make money depending on what kind of stuff you can find. Stuff that is not good, stuff that doesn't sell or is long tail, it's not gonna sell fast. It doesn't matter what anyone can tell you, or it's not gonna matter. If you buying stuff that is taking a long time to sell, it's gonna lay around. It's gonna become an issue. Too much of it will lay around. So your option gonna be to try to get rid of that kind of stale inventory is through trying to do live selling, right? But there are no guarantees that people, even on whatnot, will buy this stuff, right? If you cannot sell this kind of stuff, so people most likely will not buy this stuff unless people are your loyal followers and want to kind of support you as a content creator and buy from you because of who you are, right? That they don't care about if that stuff will sell for them or not. They'll just buying your name as buying that kind of stuff like viewers or whatever. And for people like me, of course, it's not gonna work because I do have viewers, of course. I appreciate you guys, but I'm not trying to sell anything to viewers. I don't. If someone who watches my channel buys something from me, it's fine. I mean, God bless you guys. I don't mind that, but I'm not pushing. I'm never gonna push it. I'm not a person in that regard to push it. Um, I don't realistically don't feel comfortable. Let me put it this way. Even though it's money, right? Everyone will argue, "That's money. You need money. Why don't you do that?" And I'm not that particular way. I don't like to do it this way. Um, Also, the inventory of that kind of reselling, one-off item reselling in reality, if you buy a lot of stuff and you can afford uh, apps or software like List Easier or Justin Resells actually doesn't sell that kind of software. He sells the software that uh, I think calculates. I forgot the name of it. Let me check. Sorry. So we're gonna show receipts again. What it's called. Justin, sorry man. I know Justin most likely not watching my channel, which is actually a smart thing. Wow, Justin Resells, guys, is almost at 100,000 subscribers. 99.4K. So, guys, Justin will get to 100,000 subs very soon. He only has 224 videos. See, guys, that's a successful content creator right there. Shows you. Look at my stats. I'm actually laughing at myself right now, which is funny. But that's funny to me, Professor, because I'm saying it to myself. Um, so he has Flipwise, which is software. Let me see. It's a software packed with features built for eBay sellers. Inventory management. That's what it is. It's a see he said that I'm not sure if he created himself or he had some partner in it. I don't remember, so don't judge me on it. But it's an inventory management software. It's supposed to be. Someone told me it's not bad. Um, I believe possibly List Teaser. I didn't use it, even though I can get free version, right, Josh Galt, and list 10 items for poor people, for poor resellers with no money, grinders with no money only get 10 listings. Josh Galt, come on, man. Talk to your partners, or make it at least 100. In that case, I can put up 100 listings for free, not 10. What is 10 gonna do, man? I'm not gonna be able to with 100 free listings included. Then I can, get so many listings at one time, and then afford the other version. But anyway, so maybe it's a good software. I don't know, but possibly I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. It's always kind of nice to think about this kind of stuff. Have a great rest of your weekend. Uh, Subscribe to all fellow resellers. I know everyone already subscribed to everyone, and we'll do it again, guys. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks, I'll go live. Take care. Nobody cares about stuff like what I was talking about, but I think it kind of helps a little bit, guys, in my opinion. What do you think? Leave me a comment, guys, if it actually kind of helped out someone. Someone had someone saying like, "Oh well, Roman, whatever you said, nobody understood anyway." But we'll do some humorous lives. We'll go through Professor's comment section, saying it's gonna be one of the things I decided I may do, because there will be like, I wanted to do this kind of video a couple of weeks ago. I mean, live, where I'll go through the comment sections, read some, because it's just funny. I don't wanna. We'll see. Maybe I'll play some videos that he's talking about. Some once I will choose to just kind of do in a way like Hacking Steve does a little bit. Like we're gonna watch the video and do reaction kind of thing to it, which is gonna be interesting. But yeah, that's kind of things that I'm kind of interested to do. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay healthy. Uh, do what's best for you in your business. Don't pay attention, I think, if it's not necessary for you, because it's not going to change your life. You were doing this kind of stuff for many years, most of you. So do what's best for you. Take care.